Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, let's do a walk around and tour of this 2023 Jeep Gladiator Texas Trail Edition. The Texas Trail Edition is essentially a special edition version of the Gladiator, and it's pretty cool looking, in my opinion. It does look pretty badass in a way. I love the Sting-Gray Clearcoat color. I love the wheels. I love the way how this one in particular is set up. I do like the little overhead, the little lights that you can see there. Those are aftermarket parts, and they really look cool, and it kind of defines what a Jeep should be and is capable of doing. Now, with that being said, a huge thank you to Bob Thomas Pre-Owned, which is a part of the Thomas Auto Group here in McKinney, Texas, for giving me some time with this one today. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's check this one out. Starting off with the key, as you can see, it's in the traditional Jeep key. As you can tell, looks nice. You have your lock, unlock, remote start, and your panic button. To remote start the vehicle, just make sure the vehicle is locked. And double click the remote start function twice. And that 3.6 liter Pentastar V6 will start right up. It's gonna run for 10 minutes before shutting itself off. But before that, if you want to, just double click it again, and it will shut itself off from there. Starting off here in the front of the vehicle, as you can see, you have your iconic and very unique looking Jeep grille. Looks very nice and very omnipresent. And when you back out, it makes the vehicle a bit more aggressive. You do have your side markers here. You do have your fog lights here, which look pretty amazing. And you do have your recovery hooks on both sides. This one here does come with a set of LED headlamps. And when you kind of come inside and look closely, you see a little bit of the classic Jeep from back in the 1940s. And like I just mentioned, this one does have a set of fog lamps below. Checking out the wheels and tires on this one, we are taking a look at a set of Falcon Wild Tracks on 18-inch wheels, measuring 285, 70, or yeah, 17s, not 18, sorry. It's 285, 70 R17s all the way around. Coming over to the door, this vehicle does have a smart key access system, allowing for easy access to the exterior as well as the interior. By keeping a key fob in your pocket and come to the door handle, just put your hand right here. Inside of the door, there's a touch sensor inside, and you'll be able to jump on inside. Or if you want to, close it up, tap this button, and the vehicle will indicate locking. The exterior color of this one is finished off in the Sting-Gray Clearcoat with a black leather interior. Coming over to the door panel, as expected, you have hard touch plastic on top as well as on the bottom. You have an aluminum door handle. You're going to have your power mirror controls. You're going to have a little net inside of here to put stuff in, as well as your power locks. Along with that smart key access system, the Jeep Gladiator does come standard with push-button ignition. By having the key fob inside or in the vehicle itself, put your foot on the brake and hit the button to go. Very nice. The Gladiator does come standard with a fully leather-wrapped rack and pinion power steering wheel with controls here on the left as well as on the right sides. Left is going to house controls here for the instrument cluster. You have your hands-free telephone controls here. To the right of that is going to be your cruise control. And if this one had the safety group, you'd have your lane departure and your forward collision warning buttons where this blank space is. Up here, you have two main gauges consisting of a tachometer on the left, speedometer on the right, and your digital instrument cluster in the middle. It's going to show your current speed, range to empty, exterior temperature, your compass. You're going to have your coolant temperature on the left, fuel range on the right. You're going to have this vehicle's odometer reading, which this one has just over 42,000 miles. And overall, it's a pretty nice looking screen. Now we'll be able to cycle through a couple of different things here, such as your speedometer, vehicle information, which includes your tire pressure monitoring system, coolant temperature, transmission temperature, oil pressure, your oil life, as well as battery voltage. You have your pitch and roll, as well as drivetrain for your off-road. Fuel economy average for both trips. Trip information for trip A, as well as trip B. Stop starts, as you can see. What's playing on the radio. Any warnings or messages, screen setup, and then back to your speedometer. Come over here, we're taking a look at a 8.4-inch Uconnect system. This is the 4th generation of the Uconnect system, which looks very nice. And this is a very easy system to use. If you've been in an FCA or Stellantis product before, it's quite self-explanatory. You're going to have your presets on top of here. You're going to have your sources on the side, which includes the AM, FM, and Sirius XM. You can even push source select to select from any one of these. You're going to have your seat track, audio, as well as browse. And of course, you have your submenus down here. So with that being said, it's going to show what's playing on the radio. And of course, you can have up to 2 HD radio stations in the vehicle. With that being said, you also have your map button over there, as well as your HD radio icon. And then as we come down here, this is the media portion. This is the media section. Come over to climate, you'll be able to raise and lower the temperature, fan positioning, as well as your fan speed. Controls here are going to be for your driver and passenger heated seats, as well as a heated steering wheel, your mirror dimmer, backup camera, as well as settings. Let's say we go into settings, it's going to display things such as language, units, voice, clock, camera, safety and driving assistance, mirrors and wipers, doors and locks, seats and comfort, key off options and audio. So essentially this is a comprehensive list of everything that comes with the Gladiator, as you can see. Let's say, for example, this is going to be for your voice, so you can change how you want your voice to respond. Let's say we want to check out our camera system. You can have the part view backup camera delay. You can check that off if you want. Active part view backup camera guidelines, as well as your fixed backup guidelines, as you can see. Let's say you want to go to safety and driving assistance. This one has hill start assist, mirrors and wiper controls, as you can see. Your camera system we just went through. And that's pretty much it as far as what's on this comprehensive list of things that you can change and make your own. Going over to Uconnect apps, you have Sirius XM Travel Link, driver heating seat, as well as passenger heated seats, projection manager for your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, Wi-Fi hotspot, SOS, your assist, activate services for your Uconnect system, notifications, off-road pages, app manager, a backup camera. You have your media, climate controls, navigation, phone settings, and as well as audio settings. Let's go to navigation. This is going to be like your little navigation menu and includes things such as your where to, view map, home, as well as your work, information, emergency, and nav settings. You can even search for destinations on top of here. Let's just view the map. And as you can see, the map in here is actually pretty good. It's aged pretty well. This is going to be your zoom function here to zoom in or zoom out, as well as a speedometer, not speedometer, your speed limiter right there. Pretty nice to see. And so overall, that's just a look at the infotainment side of things here in the system as far as settings and all that are concerned. Quickly, let's take a look at the off-road pages. It's going to give you information related to off-road off-roading, such as, of course, information about your pitch and roll, accessory gauges, as you can see there, and then your drivetrain, which shows your steering angle and your transfer case. So all this information is very helpful and very necessary, especially if you're someone who likes to go off-roading in your Jeep Gladiator. So it does come into handy. And so last thing here is going to be your phone. You can pair a phone to the vehicle via the Bluetooth system. And then settings is where we just were a minute ago. So with that being said, that is it for the infotainment system portion of the Jeep Gladiator. Coming below that, you do have your climate control settings, physical buttons here, which look nice. This is going to be for your fan speed. You do have front and rear defrost, fan positioning, all that stuff. Volume knob and tuning knobs on the respective sides. Below that, you have mute, your start system you can turn on or off, traction control on or off, hazard light button switch, hazard light switch right here, hill descent control, and then you can turn the screen completely off. Down here, you do have a 12-volt outlet, as you can see. This is going to be for your power windows, and then this right here is going to be for your USB-C and USB. You also have an aux jack next to that. Coming down here below, you do have a 8-speed automatic transmission. And when you put into reverse, you do get a nice backup camera. That does adjust as you turn the wheel. And you have a top-down view as well. Pretty cool to see. You have 2 cup holders here. You do also have your 4-wheel drive selector here, which is pretty nice. Up here, or down there rather, is going to be your parking brake. So push down to release, push up to engage. This is, of course, is going to be your brake system, which is pretty nice. Coming over here to the glove compartment. It's pretty spacious with the USB port inside of there. You also have a top portion here. Now, this being the Texas Trail Edition, you are going to be getting leather seats in here. They are pretty nice and they do feel pretty comfortable. You do have some nice side bolstering here. It's a genuine leather interior, so you're not going to get really any perforations or anything like that. I do like the Texas Trail script where you're going to be resting your back. It's pretty nice to see that. And overall, the seat itself is just quite comfortable. Coming over here, you have a little sack here with your books and all that. So this being your glove box, it is pretty spacious and it's not really dampened. You have a little handle here to help you get inside from the front passenger side of things. You have your mirror. You have controls here specifically for your roadside assist, as well as your passenger airbag. So roadside assist here, SOS, these 2 work in conjunction for your Uconnect system. Garage home link. You do have a visor with a mirror and LED lighting in here. Come over to the left, you're going to have your headlight controls as well as a gauge dimmer switch. And then you do have these handles here that actually keep you in when you're going to be going off the high pavement, off-road, or mudding, or whatever the case you're going to do. So it's a really grippy and very, very helpful and useful system. So overall, it does a very nice job of helping out with that. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and continue the tour of this beautifully put together Jeep Gladiator. Coming to the back, materials do follow through. The same genuine leather that we saw on the front is also in the back as well, and it's very nicely appointed. You do have seat pockets, one here and one on that side. You're going to have your air vents here. You're going to have your power windows controls right here. You also do have 2 USB ports, 2 USB-Cs, 2 USBs, as well as a 400-watt plug-in right there, alongside 2 cup holders. And I believe you also have 2 more cup holders here with a padded armrest. You also have a little cargo net inside on both ends. Fuel tank. The Gladiator does come on select trims with LED taillights in the back. This one, though, does have the halogens in the back, which doesn't look too bad. You're going to have your Jeep badge right here, as well as your Texas Trail badge. You do have your towing package, which I believe in the Gladiator you can tow upwards of 7,500 pounds. And also you do have your backup camera right below the Jeep logo. Soft opening tailgate. You do have an aftermarket bed liner in here, which is pretty nice, and that's pretty much about it. Well, it's not really a bed liner, it's more like a bed rug, if that makes any sense. But as you can see, overall it does look pretty good. You do have LED cab light on this side as well as on that side, and you do have a tonneau cover here which keeps everything secure. This one here does have the accessory hardtop from Mopar. Alright guys, it's not going to allow me to open this for some reason, but we'll just have to go through with it anyway. Give me 1 second here. See, this side is off, and this side is attached really hard, so it's not going to come off of here. So we'll just have to close it up and leave it the way that it is. But just to let you guys know that what this vehicle has, underneath here is a 3.6 liter Pentastar V6. It is rated at 285 horsepower and around 260 pound-feet of torque. It's going to be mated to a 8-speed auto, and of course this is a 4x4. Alright guys, so this is my first time ever sitting in a Gladiator to review. I've been in a Gladiator before, and they are pretty nice vehicles. Let me tell you though, the back seat, if you are a tall individual, if you are kind of a big individual, leg space is going to be kind of cramped. I wouldn't say really cramped, but it's going to be tight. But if you are sitting in the front, you are going to feel pretty comfortable. You have a good amount of visuality as far as looking up at what's going on in front of you on the road. You have kind of a low hood set up here, so that way it won't hinder with visibility. And overall, it's a pretty nicely equipped vehicle for it not being like a Rubicon or a Sahara, or I should say Sahara. But overall, this Texas Trail Edition is pretty nice. It's pretty well equipped, and although this one does not have a window sticker, I will post options and all that in the description, so that way you guys will have an idea of how much this vehicle costed when it was brand new. But with that being said, guys, that's going to wrap it up here for this walk around and tour of the 2023 Jeep Gladiator Texas Trail Edition. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.